Y'all remember when Megan Thee Stallion got on live and said, Tory Lanez shot me? Since y'all want to know, that nigga Tory shot me. Y'all remember that? And then after that, the police came knocking and Tory Lanez eventually ended up in prison. Now, before all that happened, Megan was holding it down. She wasn't saying nothing, right? She was living by the hood code, by the street codes. Don't say nothing. But things were getting a bit out of hand. You feel me? And Megan couldn't handle it no more. She was like, he's damaging my reputation on a daily basis. Everybody is making me out to be a liar. You know, I'm the one going through the pain. So I guess I got to speak the truth. I don't understand how Megan Thee Stallion went from saying Tory Lanez shot me to so many people hating Megan and calling her a liar. Make it make sense. She was the one that was there. She was the one that looked at who shot her when they shot her. She knows who shot her. Some people still calling her a snitch. And others are still saying that she lied about it because Roc Nation wanted to own the rights to Tory Lanez's music and stuff, and Tory wanted to go independently. Anyways, rumors and speculations. What we know for a fact right now is that Megan Thee Stallion is now seeking a restraining order against Tory Lanez, even though he is behind bars. And I know a lot of people are like, well, goddamn, Megan, he already in prison. How? What you need a restraining order for him for? It's not like he gets out on the weekends and he might slide by your crib or something. Alright, man. According to the Miami Times, this is what it says. Megan Thee Stallion asked the courts last Tuesday to issue a restraining order against Tory Lanez, who she says is constantly harassing her from prison through surrogates, as he serves a 10-year sentence for shooting her in the feet. Damn, Tory gone for 10 years. You know, I already knew this was not going to turn out too good, but I did say I have never seen a black man use a gun and shoot somebody and end up not going to prison at all. I know he was going to get some time. 10 years, it could have been worse. Tory was looking at like 27 to 35 years or something like that. So 10 years, that's way less. Anyways, the petition was filed by the hip-hop star in Los Angeles Superior Court. It asked the judge to prevent Tory Lanez, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, from using third parties to continue the same online harassment of Megan, whose real name is Megan Pete, that he engaged in and encouraged before his imprisonment. Basically, she's saying Tory is using people to get to her, to harass her, to bully her, and she wants it to stop because she knows that they're doing it on his behalf. Even now, while he's behind bars, Mr. Peterson shows no signs of stopping, the petition says. Now, despite being sentenced to 10 years in prison for shooting Megan, Tory continues to subject her to repeated trauma and victimization. The petition says that prison call logs from Tory Lanez at the California Correctional Institute in Tehachapi shows that he is coordinating attacks on Megan's credibility. So he might have a lot to do with people still out here saying she's lying. So an email seeking comments from Tory Lanez's lawyer was not immediately returned by the Miami Times. A court hearing on that order is actually scheduled for January 9th. You know what? They are about to grant that order as well. And he might see further restrictions on himself behind bars. They might take away his phone privileges. You know how it goes. So the filing says that bloggers acting on behalf of Tory Lanez continue to cast doubt on Megan's allegations, making false claims including that the gun and the bullet fragments in the case are missing, which is a lie. I've seen those circulating online. The petition says that the protective order issued to prevent the previous harassment is no longer in effect, which it calls a loophole and a flaw in the criminal justice system. In December, back in 2022, Tory Lanez was convicted of 3 felonies: assault with a semi-automatic firearm, having possession of a loaded firearm, and an unregistered firearm in a vehicle, and discharging a firearm with gross negligence. Those are his charges. If any of Tory's fans wondered what he got charged with, a judge rejected a motion for a new trial for Tory Lanez from Tory Lanez lawyers who are appealing his conviction. In August of last year, he received a 10-year sentence, bringing what seemed to be the conclusion to a 3-year legal and cultural saga that saw 2 careers and lives thrown into turmoil. Tory was riding high, man. He was at the top. Tory Lanez was about to come shut down 2024 summer. No questions asked. This was his time to pop off. He had just came into full independence of everything. He was out here flexing his muscles, making millions on his own, not attached to nobody, being a complete boss. Very few big name entertainers can say that. A lot of them are stuck in like a 360 deal, or they owe something to some entity. Tory was controlling everything, every aspect of his business, finally. You know what I mean? And he was about to blow like super big. He was already big, but he was about to blow super big. And then this was the shutdown. So the petition says that one blogger in particular, Elizabeth Milagro Cooper, whom Megan is suing in a separate lawsuit, is acting as Tory Lanez's puppet and his mouthpiece. They allege that Cooper is spreading falsehood on social media and on YouTube, saying in one video post on X that used to be Twitter, "Can you even prove that she was shot?" and calling her a professional victim in another post. You know, sad to say, but a lot of people out here nowadays, they listen to their favorite bloggers and vloggers more than they listen to actual information from, say, news media houses that covers situations with factual information from the courthouse and from those court documents. So if a blogger or vlogger is popular and says something like, "She didn't get shot," can they even prove that she got shot? Or calls her a professional victim, says she's lying, she know who shot her, and it wasn't Tory that did it, that type of stuff, that could quickly spread like wildfire. You know what I mean? So Megan is trying to shut that down. Cooper's attorney, Michael Pansier, who Megan is suing, Pansier declined to comment on the California petition and said in an email that their forthcoming response to the separate federal lawsuit against her will speak for itself. A previous motion to dismiss Megan's lawsuit said it makes dubious legal claims and irrelevant, impertinent allegations. Megan testified during that trial that in July of 2020, after they left a party at Kylie Jenner's Hollywood home in the hills, Tory Lanez fired the gun at the back of her feet and shouted for her to dance, bitch, dance, as she walked away from the SUV in which they had been riding. She revealed who had fired the gun, only months later, because she was trying to hold it down. She wasn't trying to see Tory go to prison. Her and Tory had actually gotten into some intimacy, and there was some other stuff brewing behind the scenes. But eventually, she had to come out. When she came out and said what she said, Megan basically said, listen, I'm trying to stay quiet. I'm trying to keep it off the internet. I'm trying to keep the police out of our black business, right? However, Tory, on the other hand, somebody is putting a battery in his back and telling him to constantly get on social media and belittle me and demean me and try to make me out to be a liar, that anything happened, etc., etc. And he kept on doing it over and over. Even when I reached out to him and I was like, yo, chill. What's up with all this? I'm not saying nothing. You shouldn't be saying nothing either. He kept going and kept going. So finally, that's when we saw her come out on Instagram. And she was like, all right, Tory Lanez shot me. Since y'all want to know, that nigga Tory shot me. The police in California was waiting for her to actually say that, because she had not told them who shot her up to that time. Now, when they saw her on video say it, they took that video, and that video became evidence. And from there, the case was built and solidified, and she became a willing participant as the relationship between her and Tory Lanez soured even more. So Megan, yes, went to court, testified, all that, and the relationship soured even more. The case created a firestorm in the hip-hop community, churning up issues including the reluctance of black victims to speak to the police, gender politics in hip-hop, because you know a lot of guys took Tory's side, and a lot of women took Megan's side. Online toxicity was at an all-time high. Protecting black women and the ramifications of misogyny, or a particular brand of misogyny black women experience. You know, a white woman really and truly, all she got to do is shed some tears. She point a finger, cry a little bit, oh, your ass is going to prison. Especially if she got shot for real. Black woman, on the other hand, she gets shot, she cries, she says who does it to her, her own black people, especially black men. You lying. You lying, you lie like hell. I don't even see no bullet marks. Where you got shot at? You probably got cut by glass. These are the things they were saying about Megan. She probably got cut by glass. You didn't get shot. Where the bullet fragments at? Girl, stop lying. Jay-Z paid you to set Tory up. You know, all types of stuff they were saying. Megan Thee Stallion, who is now 29 years old, she was already a major rising star at the time of the shooting, and her music's popularity has soared since. She won a Grammy for her Best New Artist of 2021, and she had #1 singles with Savage featuring Beyonce, and as a guest on Cardi B's WAP, Wet Ass Pussy. Tory Lanez, 32 years old, began releasing mixtape in 2009 and saw a steady rise in popularity, moving on to major label albums. His last two reached the top of the 10 on Billboard charts. Listen, man, at the end of the day, I think Tory is coming out of prison in his 30s, about to be 40. If he got to do the whole 10 years, he'll be 41 years old when he is released. I don't know how relevant he will be, but he is super talented. And I just hope Tory learns from this and, you know what I mean, straighten out. He made a lot of mistakes. And there's even a point where he actually is caught on a recording apologizing, saying, I don't know what happened, I blacked out. And he talked about going to the party in the hills at Kylie Jenner's place, and you had to take a couple of shots at the door before you even got in. And he said he already arrived at the party, zooted and booted. And then he took them shots, he blacked out already. So he doesn't really remember what happened. He just woke up the next day and everything is in the media and he's trying to hush it. But you know how the rest goes. Man, young, no proper guidance around you, making a whole lot of money, having a whole lot of fame, having things your way could really lead to what it led to. Megan almost losing her life because, I mean, she said Tory shot at her, right? It hit her feet. Imagine if the gun had actually just went up a little bit more. She could have been shot in the back and been paralyzed as she was walking away. She could have been shot in the back of the head and died, or in the back of the center of her back, blew through her chest, some vital organs. Man, listen. End of the day, it is what it is. Leave your comments in the comment section below. I don't think that Tory did it on purpose. That's for sure. I really don't think he did it on purpose. But I think he did do it. And that's just me. What do you think? And do you think that she should be pursuing what she's pursuing now? A restraining order against him and all that? Honestly, I think Megan's career took a big hit when Tory went to prison, because a lot of people who supported her really don't support her no more. And y'all can say whatever you want to say, but I see it. Yeah, she had a concert and a lot of people turned up, but there's still a lot of people who did support her before who didn't support her anymore after that. I'll catch y'all on the next video. It's BrainFLoTv / Hot Topics TV. You already know. If the topic is hot, we're on it. I'm out. Peace.